Hi, and welcome back to the Wicked Thrifter Resell channel. We're back at it at some Goodwill locations, some of our favorite ones, to see if we can find some items to buy and sell on eBay for a profit. At this location, I'm starting out in the vase section like I generally do. I wasn't seeing a ton there. It was kind of crowded and not a lot of things on the shelf that I was interested in. It's been getting more and more difficult to find good items at Goodwill, and I've stated in previous videos before that I am picking up more and more of my items at things like antique malls, estate sales, vintage markets, etc. Here was the first item that piqued my interest. I took a look back, and actually it's been a while since I've sold one of these. I have a few in my store. I initially put it in the cart. I ended up putting it back on the shelf just because it's a long tail item and I have a lot of those right now. This item piqued my interest. It did have a crack on the rim, so I ended up leaving that behind, but I did scoop up this. I did pick this up. It was only $6.99. It was an art glass hand-blown piece with some applied copper detailing. Those can go for a variety of price points. Until I do more research, I really can't say exactly what it'll sell for. That was a little trinket box. It had like an acrylic finish. I saw this Easter pin and I initially put it in the cart to take a look at it. Some of those pins can sell for a decent amount of money, but at $1.99 it looked like the average sale price is around $8 to $10, so I chose to leave that behind. Some vintage glass back there, some figurines. Looks like a Noah's Ark canister there. I'm grabbing up on a top shelf a art pottery mug, a stoneware mug. If it hadn't been chipped, I would have grabbed that. Even at $3.99, I can still make a decent profit on items like that if they're in good condition. Most of my art pottery mugs go for about $18 to $24, and if it's more unique, it'll go for more. I liked this pottery piece as well, but they wanted $10.99 for it, and I thought that was a little high, thinking maybe I could probably get $24 to $30 for it. Depending on the day, I may have grabbed it, and it looked like something I might have been interested for myself, but I chose to leave it behind. Here is a art glass or an art glass snail. Now, I generally don't pick up the clear items, and here's an example of why. Colored glass generally sells for a better profit than clear glass does, so I chose to put that back. Here was some clear glass mini taper holders. Some more figurines there. Some bells and art plaques. Strawberry pot I see there. A little dragonfly resin trinket box. That Jim Shore plaque is still down there, along with that, I think it's a handmade ceramic piece. They only wanted $4.99 for that vase. A bunch of nappy dishes. I liked the floral leaf version, but I wasn't quite sure. I don't know enough about these to know which ones to pick up and which to leave behind. And I didn't feel like this was the day to research it. So let me know below if you think any of these were really worthwhile they should have picked up. Another art glass dolphin piece there and a tree. There wasn't a ton at this location. Trying to see up above. I liked this. I believe this is made in Japan. I'm kind of on the hunt for Lisa Larson items. I believe she just recently passed, so I think the market on her things may start to go up a little. But I'm just starting to research it and learn about all the items other than animals and things that she made. So that caught my attention. I decided to look it up. I ended up putting it back at $8.99. I wasn't quite sure what the value was. I think it's probably going to be around a $14 piece, but I don't know. I'm not 100% confident. I was bummed this was broken. Obviously, there's some pieces missing there, and the glue would come undone on that. Fish plate. I grabbed this. They only wanted $4.99 for it. It should only probably bring in about $18 to $24, but I still grab it because they sell fairly well. It may take a little bit, but they generally do sell. They don't sit forever. Now, ironwood is something that I used to grab all the time. I'm not exactly sure if this is ironwood, but it's generally this color. This was $12.99. I like the fish. I don't usually come across those that often, but like I said, the sell price has come way down on that. And they want $8.99 for that dolphin. He's an upside down dolphin. I'm not sure what kind of wood that was. It was light. And this ironwood hawk I ended up putting back as well because they wanted $19.99 for it. And again, the prices on these that you can get for it on eBay have come down. I scooped this up. Again, they don't sell for what they used to, but they only wanted $6.99, which I was shocked because generally they've been uppricing all their vintage glass. Got some handmade pottery there. And this I was super excited to find. This is Costa Boda, and it's signed there. And then I saw the tulip bowl. I was so excited because generally they're about $60. They used to bring in a lot more than that, over $100, but you can see there that there is a chip. So I leave that behind. That hurt a little bit to leave that behind because it's so pretty. The paint wasn't worn at all. If that chip hadn't been there, it would have been a great pickup. You can see the signature there, but I did grab the plate. Here is a Hall bowl, but below it is a Port Marion, or Hall's Port Marion plate. They wanted $4.99 for this, which I had a hard time. I didn't pick it up. I wouldn't pay $4.99 for it unless there had been a bunch of them. Maybe I might have decided to do it because if you get a set, they sell for decent money. A single off plate will sell, and that was a Port Marion trivet as well. That sells for about $18, but at $5, I didn't want to grab it. I picked this up. Frames have been selling decently for me. Generally, the brass vintage frames in this style sell rather well, but I know silver is kind of a color that's more in now, so I thought I'd grab that. This, I was a little disappointed. They wanted $14.99 for it. It was quite interesting because it had the ladles with it, the mesh ladles, which you don't find very often, so maybe that would have been a pickup just because of those pieces. But similar sold, like this exact one actually, only sold for $26, so I ended up leaving that behind. Metal sculptures like this do fairly well for me. Generally $38 to $40 I can get on items that are handmade like that. And this was kind of a shocker. I had no clue that these were made in China sometimes, that they copy the Russian lacquer boxes. So just be on the lookout, I guess, for the Russian boxes, but make sure that they are actually legit ones. They have copies, I guess, that are coming out of China. Like a lot of other things, I guess. This box bummed me because the back corner was broken. And this is yet again another store, and I'm looking at their little knick-knack trinket shelves. I liked the style of these prints, but I ended up leaving them behind. They didn't have a cover on them. There was some damage. And they generally don't sell for a ton, but I thought maybe if they weren't that expensive, I could lot them together. But there was too much damage. And they probably only go for about $8 to $10 a piece anyway. Some art pottery tiles. They had a good stack of them. I didn't know if they were used as trivets or coasters, but they were pretty chipped up. And here's the last section at this store. It's the vase section. I'm trying to go over it. I'm a little zoomed in, so I apologize for that, but I'm starting to learn this new camera that we have. I'm not seeing much at the store either. They had some stained glass or leaded glass panels, like a little ivy. It looked like it was in two sections. There was some damage on the edge of one. It looked like it snapped in half. So it kind of looked like a daylight, like a side window for a door. And I was kind of tempted to get them for myself, but they were $10.99 a piece. And then when I saw the damage, I chose not to get them. I liked these metal chairs initially, but they wanted $35 a piece for them. I don't come across folding metal chairs very often, especially these vintage styles. If they had been cheaper, I would have grabbed them. Now, this is something I probably could have left behind, which I probably will use personally somehow, but they wanted $4.99 for that. I do grab this. I generally will pick these up if they're at a decent price. It was only $1.99. They don't grab a ton of money when they're singles, and in a set they do fairly well. Some aluminum pieces, and this is, I'm just trying to show you, some of these prices are crazy high at this location. You can't really see, but like that plate there, they wanted $34.99. One thing I did find, which was amazing, was $6.99 for a Blanco double spouted water pitcher. I thought that would have been priced up there. They sell really fast for me generally, and generally between $40 and $50 on average for all of them. And that's going to wrap it up for us. Here's your recap. Thanks for taking the time to watch the videos. Please like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.